Hello out there, and welcome back to the Cigar Reviews. Listen, I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and I'm sorry for that. I've been busy. I started a business and have been traveling, and I just haven't made a video, and I apologize. But I have not stopped smoking. In fact, I smoke just as much or more than I ever have, which is wonderful, in my opinion. I recently got back from a long trip to Italy, and I did pick up some special things there that I wanted to share with everybody. So today, on the Cigar Reviews, we are going to be looking at the Vigueros Pinar del Rio, Cuba. Hey man, if I'm in a country where I can buy Cuban cigars, I tend to buy some Cuban cigars. So I didn't just get a box and shove cigars in it and I'm trying to have clickbait here. These really are Cuban cigars. I unsealed them in Italy because, listen, you expect me to wait? I don't think so. That's not going to happen. I did save 3 till I got home, which I thought was pretty impressive. And I have several that I got there that I'm going to be reviewing. A lot of good stuff. I smoked quite a few cigars over there, and anytime I'm in a different country, I tend to, after a while at least, miss a lot of my home cigars. There's just nothing like a good Ovila or CAO or LFG or something that you just can't find in a lot of places. In Italy, especially, they smoke a lot of, I don't even know who makes them, but I'll have to look that up. But you just can't find a lot of the staples that we're used to. And that's taxing after a while because the quality often is not there. A lot of people in Italy smoke this weird kind of outlaw looking cigar. It's not good. I've been forced to resort to that once in a while, and I'm never too excited about it. So anyway, let's get into this, shall we? Good to be back. Good to see everybody. Please subscribe, like, comment, and all that good stuff. And I'll keep doing these, I promise. Here's what we got. So, Vigueros, which I hope I'm saying correctly. The Vigueros brand was introduced to the market in 1996 and pays tribute to all the farmers who from generation to generation have cultivated tobacco. It's a little smoky in here. In the Pinar del Rio region of Cuba. It is a tradition in the Veluto Abajo zone for the Vigueros farmers to make their own cigars. Visitors of this part of Pinar del Rio province were curious and wanted to taste the cigars made in the land that were considered the best tobacco in the world. The brand is made at the Francisco Donatian factory in a sturdy building located in Pinar del Rio, and it was built in 1868 and converted into a cigar factory in 1961. So there's a little history for this. Now, if you're in a lot of other countries who don't have beef with Cuba, you can probably find these. I've seen these on multiple trips across the pond And I don't think they're anything special. Now listen, Cohiba, right? Everybody's like, where's the Cohibas? They're $80 a stick right now. No way would I ever pay that for a cigar, just because it's from Cuba. I mean, it's a great cigar. Cohiba's great, whatever. No, not doing that. No. I feel like you have to definitely be a douchebag, or mentally ill. And if that's you, I'm sorry. 25, maybe. If I'm had a few drinks, I'm in a city that does not have any options, I somehow have left all my cigars somewhere, or they got lost on a plane, and I just really want to sit down and have a nice moment, maybe with a good friend, I will pay $25 for a cigar. But that's probably never going to happen to me. Anyway, here we go. Heat this tobacco up a little bit. And let me preface this by saying I'm not the hugest fan of Cuban cigars. And people are probably thinking, what in the world is wrong with this guy? Listen, Cohiba's great. Okay? Be great at $12, $15 a stick. For the price point they're going for, there's no way, dude. Cuban cigars for me, typically way too light, produce some kind of funk that hurts my throat, to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm maybe have an allergy to something, but often halfway through the cigar, I'm like choking. My mouth, my palate wears out really quick on these. And I don't know why. I really don't care why. I just haven't found a lot that I love. So, what do I think of this one? This looks pretty well constructed. A lot of Cuban cigars maybe are not. If I look at some of my others, they're all pretty well. And all the cigars I got in Italy that were Cuban, I got for under 15, probably $8 to $15 a stick, which I think is probably the max I would pay for them. This one is 4 inches long, 54 on the ring gauge there, and all it says on their website is full strength. They're not big into giving you descriptors or really, it is what it is. You either like Cuban tobacco or you don't. And I'm just somebody that really could care less. And maybe that breaks your heart. Maybe it doesn't. Just my opinion. So, what do I think of this cigar? It's 9 minutes in. I should probably talk about this cigar. Not bad. Not a bad smell. We'll get into this story another time. But I've smoked cigars since I was probably 11 or 12 years old. Which, yeah, it's a long story. Quite a bit at that age. But this cigar just doesn't have that classic cigar smell to it. It's light. It's nondescript. Burns great, even. No complaints there. I would say this is oaky, if I had to describe it in a wood. Maybe a hint of cedar. Draws great. Solid but somewhat hollow feeling to give you a sense of the weight. Not a heavy cigar. It's a little drier than it probably should be. I just flew in yesterday, so this one should be interesting. It's Italian, and I just couldn't bring myself to smoke that over there. I don't know why. I was a little scared. Cigars over there were rough. It was a little rough. A lot of really old cigars. Been sitting in people's shops for 5+ years. And I didn't want to just go around and ask people if I can feel their cigars to see the age or inspect it. Back to this cigar. I know I'm rambling this evening. Maybe it's the jet lag. I don't really get that, but smooth, light, really light. And that's what I think about Cuban cigars in general. They are light, most of them. It's like I'm just puffing on air. I'm getting maybe 15% of, that heaviness that I want, that spice that I want, that, strain on my palate. And that's why I don't smoke Cuban cigars. Maybe I'll go to Cuba at some point. It looks like a fantastic place. I love Puerto Rico, and it feels like that same vibe a little bit. Minus the dangers, of course. But hey, Mike Tyson made it through. So it looks like a beautiful city. And I know a lot of great cigar aficionados love to visit there, especially in the cigar festivals and such. Just not that motivated. The only thing I could maybe compare this to is Drew Estates. Maybe had a Connecticut. $50 acre, maybe something like that. Let me think. 20 acre farm. I was close. Drew Estates 20 acre farm is the closest I've had to a Cuban. And that's a sun-grown Honduran Habano binder over Nicaraguan long fillers. And I've talked to a lot of humidor keepers about that cigar. I went on a 20 acre farm Drew Estates kick for a while, to where I probably smoked 3 or 4 boxes exclusively. It was a fat cigar, really big. And, by the time I was done with that whole cigar, it was a palate strain. But it was so light that you could smoke it all day, no problem, which I did. And those are, they're huge. And even those are $12 a cigar. And they are heavier than this. And if you're familiar with the cigar, it's extremely light. And they were creamy. That's the thing. When you see a light cigar, at least when I see a light cigar, I'm going to think of cream. A little sweetness, a little cream. These Cubans in general don't have any sweetness. They don't really have much of a lot of characteristics. If you've never smoked a real Cuban cigar, I don't think you're missing out. That's just me. Besides bragging rights, I mean, I don't know. I've had several Cohibas. I've bought boxes of Cuban cigars for over $500 10 years ago, and I just have never really been impressed with any of them. It's a nondescript experience. Sorry. Vigueros, Pinar del Rio, Cuba. That's a review. Like, subscribe, share, tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell your mailman. Have a good day from the Cigar Review.